and welcome to part 2 of my London haul, which is all of the Harry Potter related stuff. I am so freaking excited to share this stuff with you guys. There is a lot to get through in this haul, so get yourself a cup of tea, get comfy, and I will get started. The first thing that I have to show you guys is this talking sorting hat from Running Press. I missed out on getting a sorting hat in the first version of these Running Press kits, which made me very sad because I have the snitches on my shelves and a couple of the other things and they just look great. So when I spotted this, I picked it up immediately. It was the first thing that I picked up in foils and I refused to put down. And I haven't opened it yet, so we're going to look at it together. All of these little kits come with these tiny little sticker books, which are darling. Oh my god, it's bendy. Okay, so I have to pull the tab out. This is what it looks like. So this is its face. And here's the back of the hat where the speakers are and his little thongs are. Are you ready? I'm so happy it started with Slytherin, because one of the things that it says on the back of the box is that you really should just put this on all of your friends' heads and see who gets what hat. And y'all know I'm a Slytherin. The other thing that I got in foils was actually a gift from my mum, and it's actually Fantastic Beasts related, and this is the Newt Scamander movie scrapbook. I love all of the coffee table books that come along with the Harry Potter films by Jodie Reevenson. I think they're amazing. I love all of the little pull-out stuff, and that was why my mum spotted this and said, I will get you it. Apart from the fact that it's gorgeous and embossed and that the end papers are the cutest freaking thing in the entire world, it has maps. It has these beautiful colour photographs from the film. And it has lots of little fun pull-out stuff like these ID cards. And it's just a whole lot of awesome. Now moving on, technically the first place that we went was platform 9 3/4. And I did get a few things while I was there. As I mentioned in part 1 of my London haul, I am sticker obsessed. I use them for my bullet journal. I use them when I'm crafting. And so in platform 9 3/4 I got this, which is a houses sticker set. You can see there that it has got all of the crests and some different coloured things, including the ties with the colours on them. And some nice platform 9 3/4 symbols. And then I got this one, which is specifically the Slytherin house set, because hello. The next thing I got was this absolutely adorable little Fantastic Beasts Niffler pin. They also had Niffler teddies, but I resisted. The next thing I got, which is something that I am still gleeing about even now, is this Quidditch t-shirt which says Keepers, Beaters, Chasers and Seekers. So it has the broom there, and on the side it has a Quidditch cup. And on the sleeve we have the platform 9 3/4 logo. And finally, from platform 9 3/4, my favourite piece of merchandise from the entire trip is this. This is a snood scarf and it has all of the Hogwarts houses on it. Mega pretty, mega colourful, mega comfy, and it was the last one that they had in the store at the time, so I love it. You guys know how much I love scarves and I could not pass this up. I was going to get the Marauders map scarf when I spotted it, but I thought, you know, I like this one better, and it leaves me somewhere to go in future. Oh, I told a lie, not quite finally. I also got some posters. There were a lot of posters, including the wanted posters and the more traditional ones, but I wanted some of the quirky ones. So the first one that we have here, which I'm not going to get all in shot, is a Hogwarts school list. So this is an illustration of everything that's on the letter and a few other things that you need to take with you when you go to Hogwarts. Then we have more Quidditch stuff. This one is about Quidditch at Hogwarts. It includes some positions and the different houses and some of the equipment. And finally, my favourite one from the trip. In case you can't make this out, this one is a Molly Weasley quote, and it says, "Just because now you're allowed to do magic doesn't mean you have to whip your wands out for everything." And it's super cute. Eventually I would quite like the Howler print for my wall as well from the House of Mina Lima, which I'm coming to next. but I loved that one. Now on to the House of MinaLima. So as I mentioned earlier on and in my vlog, MinaLima are the paper designers for all of the Harry Potter and the Fantastic Beasts goods. All of the newspapers, all of the posters, all of the flyers, all of the books that you see any of the characters reading in the films, all of that was MinaLima. So if you guys have watched the vlog, you will have seen some of the House of MinaLima, which is just spectacular. It has a 3 or 4 floor exhibition. The walls, the ceiling, the floor, everything is covered in Harry Potter stuff. But the first thing that I picked up was a pile of badges. The first one that I have here is the Hogwarts Express. Then we have Weasley's Wizard Wheezes. Next up we have the Fantastic Beasts logo for pumpkin juice, the MACUSA logo, and finally we have the MACUSA threat level. And for scale, that's about the size that they would be on your clothing. Now MinaLima sell pretty much everything from art prints to books to some reproductions, badges, pens, lots of stuff. But one of the things that really caught my eye was their postcard sets, and of course I put my postcards on my poster wall in the background and I use them for scrapbooking and things like that. So here are 3 of the sets that I got. This one is the Hogwarts series, which is a collection of textbook covers and some other things relating to Hogwarts, like the acceptance letter and the Marauder's map. They open on the back like this so that you can keep them all together and all safe. And because everything that they make is beautiful, look at this. So we have the invites to the Yule Ball, some of Gilderoy Lockhart's books, Harry's letter, and then my favourites, which are these reproductions of their exercise books. So we have Hermione, Ron and Harry with their handwriting. Then we have the second pack from the Hogwarts series, which is all different books that you can find in the library. So we have things like The Tales of Beedle the Bard, Defence Against the Dark Arts Basics for Beginners, and the lady told us a little bit about this one while we were in MinaLima. This one was based on a print from the 50s, and they actually held each of them up side by side to get a realistic childlike depiction on the front. I love this one. This is Magical Water Plants of the Mediterranean. And of course we have Advanced Potion Making. And I couldn't leave without getting one of the Newt's Magical Case series. Again, stunning and done like the inside of Newt's briefcase. So here we have the first draft of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, written by Newt. There are a couple of these which close up have loads of information on fantastical beasts and some gorgeous maps. Again, these guys have an online store and I will be purchasing more from there, but there was a limited amount that I could bring home on the plane. And finally, of course, we went to see Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. I'm not going to chat here about my thoughts about the script versus the play versus how I feel about it now that I've actually seen it, except to say the production was fantastic and I really recommend that you do go and see it. But opinions for another video, stuff here. First of all, of course, I have the play programme, which looks like this and has this gorgeous picture of the Palace Theatre on the back. This has a bit about the history of the Palace Theatre as well as obviously production details. We also picked this up, which is a book about the play with some beautiful photographs, like so. Then, because I have never seen a tote bag that I did not love, I picked up this one, which is the gorgeous wing from the Cursed Child. And this, which is the Augury Dark Mark. And again, because I've never seen a bookmark that I didn't like, I also picked up a bookmark. And back to, you know, the sticker obsession, we have the Dark Mark Auguries. And we have another house set, and this house set is based on the new house logos that they came up with for the play, which I have absolutely fallen in love with. It's probably going to be a little hard for you to get a proper representation of them just from these stickers, but you should really have a look online at them. I have fallen in love with how simplistic they are compared to the original concepts of the house crests, and just, yeah, yeah, it's Harry Potter in the modern day. It is Harry Potter 19 years later. And finally, I wanted a Slytherin house tie, and I have ummed and ahed about all of the different designs that all of the different stores sell. And I finally settled on this one because it's a little bit different. It's got this silver border around the edge, and it's much better quality than some of them that I have seen, especially the ones from Platform 9 3/4, to be perfectly honest. I wasn't much fan of them, but it's just, it's lovely and sturdy, and I cannot wait to start wearing it in some of my videos for you. I hope that you guys enjoyed this as much as I did, and I have to say it was such a beautiful experience. It's so nice to be amongst other people who are just as obsessed as I am, and of course you are if you're watching this video. Actually, do you know what? I would like to know your favourite moment in Harry Potter in the comments, because that's a question that I always ask people when I meet them in person. What's your favourite book and what's your favourite moment? So tell me that. And you can go and watch my London vlog where you can see more Harry Potter stuff. I will put that in the down bar for you. So I will speak to all of you Harry Potter fanatics soon, and love you all. Mwah. Bye.